people never see it, because by the time attention becomes visible, the signal is already gone. When people talk about viral videos, they talk about moments, a share, a reaction, a comment that takes off. That's when attention becomes obvious. Graphs rise, notifications increase, momentum feels real, so it's easy to assume that's where it starts, but that's already the middle. By the time people notice something spreading, the system has been watching it for a while. Before engagement becomes visible, something quieter happens. People stop scrolling, not for long, sometimes only a second longer than usual. They don't interact, they don't comment, they don't share, they just hesitate. That hesitation leaves a trace. AI doesn't read it as interest, it reads it as resistance to failure. Most videos lose attention immediately, this one doesn't. That's the first signal. Humans look for outcomes. We notice spikes, we notice reactions, we notice noise. But early signals don't make noise. They don't look impressive. They don't feel exciting. They only exist in timing. How fast someone leaves, how long someone stays, how consistently that behavior repeats. By the time humans see momentum, the signal has already passed. That's why virality feels sudden. It isn't, it's just invisible at first. AI doesn't care if a video is good. It doesn't understand meaning. It doesn't feel emotion. It watches sequences. What happens first? What happens next? What usually happens and what didn't? When a video avoids early collapse, AI notices, not because it predicts success, but because failure didn't arrive on time. That delay matters. Across millions of videos, that delay is rare. The early signal doesn't say this will go viral, it only says this didn't fail. That's enough to keep observing. No push, no amplification, no promotion, just continued exposure. The system gives the video more chances to prove itself. Most videos never get those chances. They disappear before anyone realizes they existed. We like to think attention is triggered, but often it's permitted. The system doesn't create momentum, it allows it. That permission begins quietly. Long before excitement, long before discussion, long before numbers rise. By the time something feels viral, the decision to keep watching has already been made. This is why some videos feel like they come out of nowhere. They didn't. They just survived long enough to be noticed. The early signal didn't make them successful, it simply kept them alive. And survival comes first. Always. The signal isn't loud. It doesn't predict success. It only tells the system not to stop watching yet, and sometimes that's all it takes. If this analysis was helpful, consider liking the video or subscribing for more like it.
The signal doesn't make a video successful, it just keeps it alive. And that distinction matters, because survival changes what happens next. Most videos are tested briefly. If attention drops, the system moves on. But when a video resists early failure, the system delays that decision. It keeps watching, not because something impressive happened, but because nothing collapsed. That delay creates space, and in that space, other signals can form. Retention stabilizes, completion rates hold. Viewer behavior becomes consistent, not exceptional, just reliable. That reliability is rare. Across millions of uploads, most patterns decay quickly. Consistency without excitement is uncommon, and the system notices uncommon behavior. At this stage, nothing looks viral. There are no spikes, no sudden growth, no visible momentum. But the video hasn't been dismissed. It's still in circulation. That's when secondary exposure begins. The video appears again, in different contexts, to different viewers. Quietly. Each time the system observes the same thing. People don't leave immediately, they don't react strongly, but they don't disengage either. That matters more than enthusiasm, Because enthusiasm is unpredictable, consistency is not. The system doesn't need excitement. It needs signals that repeat. When those signals repeat, distribution continues. Not aggressively, not broadly, just enough. Over time, small differences compound. A few extra impressions, a few extra views, a few extra chances. None of these moments matter on their own, but together they change probability. Eventually, the video reaches viewers who respond differently. They comment, they share, they react. That's when humans notice. It feels sudden, but it isn't. It's delayed. The visible moment arrives long after the invisible one. That's why explanations often miss the cause. They focus on the spike, but the spike wasn't the beginning. It was the result. The real beginning was quieter, a video that didn't fail when most others do. The system didn't predict success. It postponed rejection, and that was enough. Not every video that survives becomes viral. Most don't, but almost every video that goes viral survives first. That's the pattern. Not growth, not hype, not excitement, just persistence. The system doesn't reward brilliance. It rewards continuity. And when continuity holds long enough, attention follows. Not because it was pushed, but because it was still there when everything else disappeared. If this kind of analysis is useful, you can like the video or subscribe for future observations.